Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Hedera or Hbar. And I have quite a bit to talk about, so sit back, relax, and before we fully jump into this video, I just want to ask if you guys could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely. And with that in mind, let's just jump in and let's talk about Hbar. So overall, the market sentiment is still very bearish. I'm totally fine with that. In fact, I think that I welcome it more than bullishness. As you guys already know, I'm probably aware of it. But overall, in terms of Hbar, we are still down significantly. Trading volume is down significantly. Almost everybody, all the hype is gone throughout crypto right now. Nobody's really hyping it up. Everybody's kind of fearful. And all while that, we have these cheap prices on a lot of these incredible altcoins. I mean, look at the prices that we're at. We haven't seen these prices. It's going back to September. Okay, so in my mind, a lot of these altcoins should be being, bought up like crazy. People should be eating up this dip all day long. But like I said in my earlier video today, I believe that a lengthened cycle is on the horizon for this entire market. Now with a, extended cycle, I think Hbar could be hitting some major high targets. Now, obviously, the $19 price target is a little bit different. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be discussing that. It's not my target, it's somebody else's target, and we're going to be talking about, is it really possible? So with that in mind, before we fully jump into this video, I just want to let you guys know, if you guys do want to know my personal exit plan for Hbar or my personal price targets as well for Hbar, you guys could find that right here. There's a ton of other content on this website, and if you guys do want to get all of it for one discounted price, you guys could always get the Ultimate Crusade Trading Bundle Pack. It is on sale, 35% off for a limited time only, and NCashOfficial.com. Links are down in the description below as well as in the comments below. But with that in mind, let's talk about what has happened throughout this market. So I seen this today, and I do just want to warn you all, okay? We are nearing the end of this cycle, or if we're talking about it in terms of the lengthened cycle, we are getting ready for the next major point of this market. And with this entire market, I just want you guys to all understand that there is a ton of scams out there. In fact, there's a lot of people who are telling me that there's scammers in my Discord, there's scammers all over YouTube and Twitter, and this is the case. If it sounds too good to be true, do not do it. And also, please be aware that any of your crypto that you have on an exchange is not safe. It is not yours. It's not your keys. It's not your, crypto. Always have it on cold storage, aka a ledger. Of course, you guys could get a ledger in my comments down below. There's a perfect link for it. Do not use Amazon. Do not use a third party. It could be tampered with. The reason why I'm telling you guys this now is because I know there's a lot of individuals out there that have a ton of money invested into crypto, and I do not want you guys to lose it or have it stolen either. This is a serious problem. So definitely look into getting a ledger or some sort of cold storage. Like I said, ledger is my personal pick. And of course, with that in mind, let's move on. So we've been talking about a lot of stuff within the future of digitization and tokenization. The first thing we talk about is a replacement for fiat. We've never discussed this, we've never really talked about this, but I did see this tweet today, and it was actually fairly interesting to say the least. You see here, there is this notion crypto will replace fiat. It won't. Fiat will run on these crypto networks as payment means. Fiat is a medium of exchange for traditional markets. Crypto is a medium of exchange for the execution of decentralized systems. Fiat pays for taxes, goods, and services. Crypto pays for the execution of decentralized anonymous systems. Both are mediums of exchange for two separate reasons. I'm not going to accept fiat to execute a contract, and I'm not going to use crypto to pay my taxes. And this is the perfect way that I could see looking at it as well. In the future of this market, I don't suspect that we're going to kill fiat or replace it fully. I think that fiat will always be a thing. For those who pretty much don't want to step into the future of finance, they'll most likely still use paper cash. I don't think that it's going to have the same value, of course, as crypto, as we do know that fiat is not, we already know that it's not deflationary, but we do know that first off, crypto is also a lot more efficient, but we're not going to be utilizing crypto the way that we utilize fiat in a sense. But I do think that at some point in time, I don't think that fiat's going to be as it's not going to be at the rate of usability as it is now. Like, a lot of people use fiat still. But in my mind, I just think that that's going to diminish as we do go forward on in time. But I think that this is a great way to kind of break it down, and this tells you exactly how huge these networks are going to be and how big crypto will be at some point in time. Now, also, we want to talk more so about Ethereum. Now, I was actually talking about Ethereum today, and I said Ethereum has been chosen to be ushered in, adopted, only for it to be replaced in due time by a network that has already solved its evidently clear problem: scalability. Ethereum is unusable in a needed scalable environment. This is why it's not the future of finance. And I said this as well: Ethereum will overtake Bitcoin in due time. This will be the most bullish occurrence in crypto. Why? This will spark the beginning of a utility-driven market. And yes, in time, the third generation, and of course I did do the winky face because Hbar is the third generation, crypto asset will overtake Ethereum. I strongly believe the timeline for this is very close, and I suspect that it is very close as well. Now, with this all in mind, the reason why I was talking about Ethereum essentially being ushered in and being adopted at a rapid pace is because it actually is. We do see this, right? It's becoming the institutional darling. We know that institutions are buying up a ton of Ethereum and utilizing Ethereum, possibly, I should say, because they have not started using it yet. But we do see here all major cryptocurrencies registered better volatility adjusted performance versus equities and gold over the past fortnight. However, we all slipped slightly with the exception of Ethereum, which has outperformed and now screens as the only coin not stretched to the downside on our technical metrics. None of the tokens we follow routinely are exhibiting more momentum than normal though EOS, XMR, and ADA have become somewhat more trending. Of course, they are talking more so about Ethereum here. Ethereum is the chosen one. We just hear Twitter is confirmed to be adding Ethereum to its tip jar, which means you can now pay $750 in fees to send a $3 tip, the future of finance. And obviously this is a little bit of an exaggeration, but in terms of Ethereum, this is pretty comical to say the least. And it is pretty much, it's not 100%, confirmed that it's $750, but it does get to the point where it could be this at some point in time as well. Now, like I said, with a lot of what's happening, we do see, Ethereum being adopted at a rapid pace within institutional demand and stuff like that. We also, when we're talking even about, for example, the SEC lawsuit with XRP, we know that Ethereum has been pretty much given a free pass. Ethereum, in my mind, at some point in time, is going to get replaced. It's coming because, even Ethereum 2.0, which we do see down here, people think Ethereum 2.0 will change it all, but in reality, it isn't optimal. And I've always said this even when I invested into Casper as well. I think Ethereum 2.0 is just not a logical sense. And the reason why I think that Hbar is a perfect point to kind of look at for something that will overtake Ethereum is because we are seeing a ton of updates within the Hbar scene. South Korea's Shinhan Bank has completed a proof of concept rollout of a stablecoin project for international remittances in partnership with South Africa's Standard Bank using Hedera hashgraph. And this just got completed today, which is incredible to say the least, because this confirms that the testing trial is essentially over with. Also, in my mind, I believe that the overall base point behind this is I think that they're going to see incredible overall, benefits from this. But here's the fast facts. Here's pretty much a breakdown of this article. So, the project's aim is to test the issuance and distribution of stablecoins for international remittances, which often frustrate senders and receivers due to their high fees, long delays, and lack of tracking features. Now, with this, it almost sounds like this would be Ethereum or Bitcoin either. Shinhan Bank will mint Korean won-backed stablecoins that users will be able to purchase before sending to Standard Bank users, who will exchange them for South African Rand and vice versa. Hedera hashgraph, we already know. Both banks will use the Hedera token service, which enables the minting of coins, and the Hedera consensus service to trust layer to track and record transactions and confirm. Now, we do see here, cost-effective, efficient international remittances are the perfect real-world financial use case to build on a network that provides Hedera speed and low cost. We are excited to work with a leading global banking partner to deliver the first of what we hope will be many solutions that drive the next generation of finance and financial inclusion. And of course, we do see here earlier this year, they pretty much, started providing digital asset custody services and all that kind of stuff. But we do see here there were 19,065 African nationals and more than 2 million non-Koreans overall residing in South Korea who may benefit from the development of international remittances involving stablecoins. Like I said, this is great. And like I said, this just got fully this just got fully completed, which in my mind is going to allow for a domino effect for HBAR, acceptance and adoption. I'm very excited for it nonetheless, and this proves to be why HBAR will be ushered in, because it is the fastest, the most affordable, and it does have a ton of transparency options for any sort of enterprise grade use case. Now, we were talking more so about a $19 HBAR here. Now, when I say this, I do not say that this is 100% possible this year or anything like that. We're looking at this and saying, for anyone that questions my HBAR estimate, here is the math and reasoning. What's the point? I believe it will go up. Additionally, stop focusing on Bitcoin. The percentage gains just aren't there. You missed the boat. Get over it. Find something else to invest in early on. Now, I seen this today, and when I was reading it and talking more about it to other individuals, I came to the conclusion that it is possible that HBAR is probably one of the most suppressed assets within the space, and I do think that it could hit some major high targets. Now, of course, I don't say jump into HBAR or Bitcoin at all unless you can pretty much buy like multiple of it. But we just hear a polynomial trend line is a curved line that is used when data fluctuates. It is useful, for example, for analyzing gains and losses over a large data set, $6. Now, we just hear naturally price will also oscillate. A bear market will come eventually. But what is the whole point of all these estimates? It's easier to trade something you have a core belief will go up. Now, they are talking, Bitcoin starting price, Bitcoin high price, percentage gains. It's a massive percentage gain. And of course, we're talking about some of the price targets for HBAR over here at $3.14, $6, $17.35, and $19 for a FOMO rally. Now, the base point behind this is you must believe that HBAR will match or supersede Ethereum in market cap. In the future, to do this market cap estimate, a $19 price would be the peak of a FOMO rally. Now, again, there's no base point behind where this could go in terms of price. In my mind, we do see down here inception rate growth with diminishing returns applied $3.14. But like I said, in my mind, I don't think... First off, a $19 HBAR, let's talk about when this could happen. So I've always talked to you guys about the prices that we could see this bull run, which is like around the $3 to $6 range with a possible $10 range if Bitcoin could hit some major high targets. Now, could HBAR still hit $10 without Bitcoin going to, say for so, like 100 to 200K? Yeah, it's possible, depending on how much money flows in, because that's what is going to make sense for a lot of these altcoins, is the money flowing in. For example, we always look back on XRP and what percentage gains it did in 2017 and 2018, and if we did repeat the same amount of pump for something like HBAR, that we could essentially see these high grade targets at like $10 plus. We're talking more so about $6.36 billion in volume on one day, and this kind of continued on a little bit before I had another almost 4 billion, almost 5 billion, and then we're talking about like at some point in time, $7.5 billion flowing into XRP, followed by another $8 billion, and this continued on. So in my mind, if we do get like $8 billion days in terms of volume, which the most amount of volume that I've seen on HBAR in one single day was like about $1.4 billion in volume. But if we had like $8 billion in one single day, followed by like multiple $4 billion days, I think that the price of HBAR could easily, hit about like $6 to $10. I think that that is a perfect range for us. And I think that it's more so logical. And I think that it is, I think it's realistic in a sense, because when we're talking about HBAR long term or even short term, the upside potential is very limitless in terms of their use cases. Now, I will say this, okay, for something like HBAR to hit these higher targets, you'd have to look at what is happening behind closed doors, because we know that it is the quietest altcoin in the space. It doesn't have a ton of marketing value behind it. And we do see, yes, Hedera is behind the scenes building, getting use cases. They're doing stuff in the background that are going to change the world over time. This is going to be some really, really good stuff. Yes, and I do suspect the same thing. I think that HBAR could hit and go well beyond Ethereum's market cap. But for the short-term aspect and for this bull run, where could we see it? Well, I always see it at some higher targets. I think that we could be hitting 88 A's or Solana's market cap at their all-time highs, which would bring it to about $6 plus, which I think is more so the logical sense, because we still don't know where this market's going to go by the end of the cycle. We don't know if we are in an extended cycle just yet. I believe that we are, in my mind, because we've talked about this in earlier video, but we also look at where Bitcoin could go for the topping point and where that money will flow, because large cap gems like Hbar will get a ton of capital flowing into them, and if we do repeat that XRP overall bull run, we could be seeing some high targets for Hbar. So in my mind, where is Hbar going to be priced at? Well, I still think by the end of this bull run, $3 to $6 is a conservative price target. A little bit of a higher grade target that is more so unconservative is about $6 to $10. So with that in mind, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.